Hi guys! I just wanted to create a little bit of some cozy atmosphere in here for this special event of me making another video after such a long time. My throat is making strange things right now. As always, really sorry that it took me so long to make another video. I think you've heard that story, I don't know how many times, but many times, and I'm really sorry. So just to make it short, I've been super crazy busy after the Bologna book fair, which went really awesome. I had a lot of fun. It was super exciting to be there and see all the people again and all the publishers again, and also the publishers I'm already working with, and it's always really nice to have a chat with them. And yeah, so I really hope for every one of you who went to the book fair in Bologna that you had a really great time. And some of you even came over to me and said hello, which I'm really happy about, and it was really feeling super cool to, you know, like be able to help people, and that people are actually really, you know, helped with, if that makes sense. But obviously it's helping you, so I'm really happy about that. And yeah, so I really hope the book fair went well for all of you, and that you guys could get a few jobs out of it. And if not, then as always, be patient and just hang in there and keep on working on yourself and on your portfolio, and one day you'll get there, I promise. So what I wanted to talk about is actually what's been going on at the moment in my case, and then also the topic how the work with an agent actually looks like. So first off, I'm going to talk about my personal stuff, which would be I'm currently working on another book of that series I've already showed to you the other video. Maybe I'll just show it to you again. That would be this series here. I've been already talking about this in another video. And yes, currently I'm working on a third book of this series, which will be super fantastic. I won't tell you anything else about it, because when it's finished, then I'm going to show it to you, of course. But for now, as I'm still working on it, I really don't want to tell you too much and get in trouble with the publisher, so I just leave that out. And then there's also another book project coming up soon after I've finished this, actually, which will be a Wimmelbuch. I'm sure there's an English word for that as well, which you'll see here. And okay, so a Wimmelbuch is a book where you have, for example, a double spread page, and there are like super many tiny scenes within that one page. So there's like a lot of stuff to do on one double spread. But I'm super excited about this project. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. And the publisher is super nice. They really started only with 2 people and very like a small and little publishing house. And they are becoming bigger and bigger, and I'm super happy for that. And yes, so I'm very excited for this project as well. Then there's also news for the book with Tom, I've already talked about, and with my sister as well. Because we showed this project to a few publishers in Bologna, and actually there were a few publishers who were very interested in it. And already the first publisher, or actually it's 2 publishers, who already wanted to give an offer, like you know, tell us what they would be willing to pay us. And yeah, they'd be super happy to work with us. So I'm super curious which one this is going to be, but this book is going to happen, and I'm super excited about this, because this is really a very important project to myself and also to Tom, and of course to my sister as well. And we are all so excited, and next week we are going to meet up with my agent, and we'll talk a little bit about everything and what we can do besides creating the book, you know, like make some good just great presentation together. Yes, I'm pretty curious how this is going to be, but yeah, I'm super excited for that meeting as well. And everything that's gonna happen now is just awesome. yeah, I'm super happy. So the other books that are coming up, there are a few more for this year actually, but there's a little bit more time. And by the way, the book Madonnas Shula, which I already showed to you as well, I'm gonna show it again. Ouch. So that's the Madonnas Shula, and they just told me on the book fair in Bologna that there will be a second book for the Madonnas Shula, and I'm super happy about that because it's so much fun to illustrate this. And yeah, I just love all the figures and people happening in that story, and I'm super excited about everything here. So yeah, many awesome projects happening today at the moment. I'm sorry for being all over the place, but yeah, I just can't sit properly on the floor, to be honest. So what does it look like to work with an agent? So the first thing you have to keep in mind is whenever you are deciding to get an agent, you need to some sort of apply to an agency. So really pick one where you think you could definitely fit in, and that you think that you will have a very great work together with them. And yes, so there are super many agencies on the internet. So make sure to find the right one for you. And also what's really important is that most of the agencies really don't like it when you apply to a few agencies at once. Pick one, apply there, and if they don't accept you, then go to the next one and apply there. Because I don't know how intense they actually do this, but I've heard of a few people that they really know each other quite well also. And actually I can't really imagine that they have the time to, you know, like for every applying person, they just call their colleagues and say, hey, there's this person calling, applying, and did this person apply at your place as well? So I just can't imagine that, but who knows. Next thing. So your appliance is through and you've got accepted, and you start to work with that agency now. So it really depends on which agency or in which country you are as well. For example, for the agency in China, they get, for every job they get to me, they get 30% off of that fee I'm getting. So 30% is actually a lot. I know that. For example, for my agent here in Germany, I only give 15%. And this is really awesome because she's really doing a super great job. She's traveling a lot, and she's a very sunny spirit. And I'm super happy that I found her actually. And yeah, she's representing German artists. I have no idea actually, to be honest, if she's also representing people from other countries, but I don't think so. So I think even, you know, it doesn't matter. I think it's best anyways, in my opinion, to get an agent who's actually in your country. If your goal is to work with, for example, in my case, German publishers, it's important to have a German agency who has great contacts to all the German publishing houses. I hope that makes sense, but to me it does. And for example, if I would like to also work for the UK, I would pick an agency in the UK and try to get jobs through them as well. So yeah, but at the moment I really love just to work for German publishers. It's super easy to meet up with them and to talk with them, and anything is just very easy. So yes, you've got your agent now. What's gonna happen next? Of course, you're making a contract, obviously. Still make sure to check that contract, and if there's something you're worrying about, then talk to your agent about it, and they will give you the information you need, or they should. And if you have a bad feeling in your guts, then don't pick that agent. So for, let's say, for example, you've been sending your portfolio to your agent already, and wow, boom bang, there is already a job coming in. Then normally it happens like this. when a publishing house is writing, for example, to me, and they tell me that they would like to work with me and if I would have time, this and that, blah blah blah, then I declare that all of that first with them. But when it comes to all that financial stuff and the contract and everything, then my agent will do all the work for me, because I'm not a specialist in this. And well, I've gotten a little bit into this during my time before children's book illustration already, but yes, I'm always very happy that she actually does all that stuff, and she's also figuring out which payment I'm going to get. And if they send her the first offer, then she sends the first offer to me and tells me or asks me, what do you think about this? And so, you know, like everything just goes over my agent. And if I have any worries or doubts, then I can tell her that, and she can then tell the publishing house and everything like that. So all this uncomfortable financial stuff is happening over her. So yes, I'm pretty happy about that actually. So then you've been starting to work on that project now after everything is great and the contract is great and everything is set in stone, and you're working on your project. Usually your agent also sometimes asks you how everything is going and if you can keep the deadline and everything like that. But in my case, my agent knows I'm always within my deadlines and I'm always very organized, so she doesn't have to worry about that at all. But when you are a person who's sometimes all over the place and you don't have no idea which day it is. Actually, yesterday this happened to me. So I shouldn't be laughing, but you know, this can happen. So it can be very handy to have an agent who's always looking, you know, like, hello Alex, time is almost up, are you done yet? What's happening with those illustrations you wanted to do? And yes, so if you want that, an agent does that as well. Sometimes, not every agency I guess, but mine does it. Yeah. So yeah, after everything is through, and you normally in Germany it's like this, I'm working with the lecturer and sending all the illustration to her or him, and normally when I'm done with everything, then I send a message to my agent and tell her, okay, you can now send bill number 2, because normally when you get contracts you pay 50 up front, 50%, and 50% when you're done with everything. And so my agent writes the first bill just right after signing the contract, and the second bill as soon as she got my mail with the information that I've finished all the illustration and they're all accepted and everything is cool. So yeah, then she'll receive the money and I will receive the money from her, and that's how this goes. Did I forget anything? Yep, that was pretty much about it. So if you have any more questions about this, then leave me some comments down below, and I'm really happy to answer all your questions. I'm really sorry that it always takes me so long, sometimes, not always, to make another video, but this really takes so much time, and I really hope you understand this is not, I'm not being paid at all. I mean, YouTube, I don't know who knows this, but YouTube really starts to pay after, I don't know how many clicks my videos would have to have, but definitely more than right at the moment. So all this time that I'm spending on these videos, I'm not really getting paid for, not at all getting paid for. But if you would like to support my channel a little bit, then head over to my Patreon page. I'll put the link down below, and you can spend €1 a month. I think that's the only thing I have actually activated, but you can also pay more if you want to. And I'm super happy for every support, like seriously, because as I've said, no one's ever gonna pay me, I think, ever. I just want to help you guys to fulfill your dream to become an illustrator full-time, and that's why I'm here. That's why I do this. And I also like to make videos every now and then, because, you know, today the only things I was saying actually was everything I said to my dog and to Marcelo in the morning. And that's it, because I'm at home all the time, except for me going outside with Quinn. But yeah, so I want to talk to you guys. I hope you can understand this a little bit. So yes, if you like this video, then please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit that little bell button to be updated every time I load up a new video, like now. And yes, I'm very happy that you guys are here with me, and I hope to see you soon. Fingers crossed that this time it won't take me 2 more months. But we'll see about that, right? Bye!